Hello, and welcome to I had this marked a minute ago. Hey, this is Jennifer. I am gojenn. I am the host of this podcast, and I really do know which podcast it is. It is episode 108, and today is Mother's Day in the U.S. It is Sunday, May 14th. Welcome. So, are you having a good Mother's Day? Did you have a good Mother's Day? I doubt seriously that you're watching it during the day because I have let the day get away from me. I've had a busy day, and then I recorded the podcast, and then the sound got off, and so I looked like I had dubbed the film in another language because my mouth was moving, but the words weren't coming out, and I figured that would just drive you too crazy. And you would say, I don't like her, I'm going away. So anyway, welcome. I hope my words match the sound. To find me, I am gojenn on Ravelry and on Instagram. And I would love for you to follow or like or whatever, friend, whatever you need to do. I'd love to follow your Instagram feed. I have been having the best time. I have some Instagram feeds I watch from, I think, Finland. And I'm sure what is a gourmet meal in Finland is not a gourmet meal in America, or not in my part of America. So it's just fascinating to see the foods from around the world, the things you're making around the world. And I really want to say thank you for watching. I have recently learned how to understand the stats on my YouTube channel. It only took me 2 years. That's not so bad. But I learned that 75% of my viewers are in the U.S., but 25% of you are not in the U.S. I have Australia, New Zealand, Canada, Sweden. I'm not sure. Maybe the UK? Hello, in all the languages and everything. I'm just so grateful you're there, and I'm so honored that you take your time to hang out with me for a little while each week and see what I'm up to, see what I'm crafting. Okay, let's see. Finished objects. I got in my blanket all put together. This honey color square was the last one, and this is going to a friend who has recently been diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's going to have to be going through some surgery and treatments and everything. And I know that it can get really cold in some of the treatments rooms, and so I want her to have something warm to wrap up in. I have started another blanket. I am using a different pattern for the square, and that one square alone took over half a skein of the line brand Vanna's Choice. That's what this yarn is. I love it. I think it's pretty high quality for mass market acrylic yarn. I really like it. So this is the finished object, and it's ready to go out. I'm not going to border this because I just joined the squares together with nothing in between them. Like, I didn't use a separate color to join them, you know what I mean? And so I've decided it doesn't really need a border because it's all different colors. But the idea is just to show love. Get well. My best wishes. And I've got that other square somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. I tried to find it to show y'all. It was in the first time I recorded. Although I'm talking in the but anyway. This is my 10 stitch Tunisian blanket. This is, I just showed you the wrong side. This is the right side. I sewed in all my ends except on this latest square, which is here. It's this is a red, white, and blue type yarn. I think it would be striping, like sock self-striping yarn, but in this 10 stitch Tunisian, it's coming out like that. Isn't it neat? Did this green, this blue and gray, this purple, and then we get back to the Avengers, Iron Man, and the San Francisco 49ers, and Gryffindor, and the Washington Redskins football team. Here's what I think I'm going to do on this. Okay, you see I only have this much more to get to this corner. Normally what I would do is go on out and do a bias corner, you know, and just keep on going down the side. I think I'm going to stop. I think I'm going to take this color up to the edge, and then I'm going to put this piece away, and I'm going to start a new blanket. A new blanket just like this in the center, just like it. And then when I get this big, I'm going to join them together and make a bigger blanket. So, and then it'll be a big square, and then I can make another one. And if I don't run out of minis and scrap yarn, I'll be good. I might have to, I don't want to break my yarn diet. We'll see. Okay, that's my 2 blankets. This is my, I was hoping that maybe that disappeared blanket square would be in there, but it's not. I don't know where it is. This is the Lost in Time shawl. The pattern is designed by Joanna Lindahl, DAHL. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. If you notice that that's a theme with me, you bet. I like a free pattern. I appreciate the designers who make their patterns available for free for us crafters, especially one that is this beautiful. Do you see the texture with those? These are popcorn stitches. These are popcorns. These are stitches made in the front and back loop that make them pop out. So I love this so far. I'm just really getting started, but it's a lot of fun to see what it's going to do on this row. What's next? What's on the next row? Very simple, well-written pattern, but it does involve some more advanced stitches. There's front and back post double crochets. There are popcorn stitches, and that's just in what you see so far. So who knows what I'm liable to come up to next. Okay, I'm going to switch gears for a minute, and I will be right back. Okay, today I want to talk to you about Ravelry and some of the things you can do on Ravelry. I don't know if you have done all these things, joined groups, participated in challenges, done knit or crochet alongs, then you already know what I'm going to talk about. But I don't know if everybody does. So that is what I want to talk about today. I know you know that I participate in the Harry Potter Knitting and Crochet House Cup. That's just one group on Ravelry. It's been there for several years, and it has very structured rules and how you earn points and the challenges or homework as they are at Hogwarts. And I really enjoy the challenge of that, and it encourages me to craft in different ways than I maybe normally would. So I really enjoy that. I also play the game Nerdopolis, which is on Ravelry. And instead of being divided by the houses in Hogwarts, you're divided by different nerderies, like people who like anime, people who like Lord of the Rings, people who are Batman fans, people who like horror movies, people who like My Little Ponies, people who like the show Supernatural, people, you know, and there's just dozen, maybe, I'm not sure how many nerderies there are. Excuse me, mosquitoes are biting me. I'm scratching. At any rate, Nerdopolis is much less structured than the Harry Potter Knitting and House Cup. I am currently playing as a rogue, which means I wasn't able to choose a nerdery. There were too many that I feel drawn to. I have played on Team Iron Throne, which was for the Game of Thrones. I have played on I think it was Team PI for paranormal investigations for shows like Fringe and X-Files. I really like that kind of stuff. And I have played on like the detective show teams like Criminal Intent, Law and Order, and that kind of thing. So, but you can choose. And if you don't want to choose, you can be like me and be a rogue. And how much you participate is totally 100% up to you. But if you don't enjoy it, you wouldn't want to do it. So, but you have to decide if it's your kind of thing or not. If you're not sure if you would like a group, you can always join the group and not chat, not participate, just hang out, read posts. What's everybody talking about? Are they upset about something? Are you in some group and you see constant squabbling? Get out. You don't want it. You don't need the drama. You don't need it. There's way too many other ways to have fun on Ravelry. You don't need drama. Okay, I also am a member of the group Crochet Shoulder Wraps, CSW. And every month they do, I think it's 3 crochet alongs. One would be a pattern for purchase, one would be a free pattern, and one would be, I don't know, just a pattern that everybody's liking. That group this month is doing the Lost in Time shawl that I'm making. So I'm getting to post my in-process pictures and see, does it look like theirs? It helps you make sure you don't, forget to turn at the end of a row and now you've gone all wonky, and it's just fun. It's fun to see what other people are doing in different yarns. It's rare for anybody to use the same exact yarn. So that's just big fun. I'm enjoying that immensely. This is my first time to do a crochet along there, and I've been a member for a year. It's just that it never hit me at the right time to start a project, or I thought it would be too fiddly or take me too long or whatever. So I'm enjoying it immensely. Another group I am in is Fantasia on Ravelry. That is a group, they do tons of stuff, but the one I'm in right now is Whip Tag. Works in process, tag, you're it. And you just register that you want to play, and all that means is when it's your turn, you will play. And if you can't because real life is attacking, you just say, I'm sorry, real life won't let me play. And they go to the next person. No big deal. This is crafting. This is not brain surgery. So, just keep it light. Don't let anybody get you down, ever. A lot of podcasts have groups. There is a group on Ravelry for the gojenn podcast. We just haven't been very active in a very long time. So if you want to post something there, if you've got a thread that you think we should have, let's get that. We can get our thread active again. We can have a crochet along, or a knit along, or a shawl along, or a blanket along, or socks along. Are you getting anything we want? It's totally up to us. So if you think there's something we need to do, just let me know. Or go ahead, open a thread. So some of the podcasts that I watch have alongs, and they have giveaways. I have watched the Yarn Hoarder podcast, and Amber on there. I love to watch her podcast because, man, does she buy yarn. Dave Ramsey would, I don't know, he'd kick me out. No budget for you if I bought that much yarn. So, but it's beautiful to see, and to see the things that she makes with her yarn. She makes a lot of socks, and she made slippers for Christmas that have inspired me to maybe try. I haven't made anything like that, but she does have. She has alongs. I am in her crochet blanket along right now, and then she has prizes, and you just see what she'll have. You know, if you want to be in this giveaway, here's what you have to do. That'll be the first post of the group, and if you do, you do. If you don't, like if it's a prize you wouldn't use or appreciate because maybe it's something lace weight yarn that you're just not into, I wouldn't join that giveaway because it wouldn't be fair. This is just my opinion. It's not fair to take a prize that somebody else would love a lot more than me and use. I would love to probably look at it and hold it and kiss it and rub it, and it would be my friend forever. But I doubt seriously that I would make anything much out of lace weight yarn at this point in my life. Next year, who knows? And then one of the big things going on Ravelry are Spinzilla, and that's in a group for spinners. I don't know that much about it because I haven't participated in it, but if you're a spinner, you definitely want to check out Spinzilla. And if you ever watch the Knit Girls podcast, I love it. Laura and Leslie, yay, Lala and You Don't Call Me Les. They just have a very instructive, funny podcast. I really enjoy it a lot. But they have, in addition to events that they run, they have 2 getaways. Oh boy, I doubt that I will ever be able to go, but they're in Tennessee. One's in Tennessee and one was in Portland this year, so it's like a knitting retreat is what I'm trying to say. And they have all kinds of events and very exciting stuff. But Laura, who is Lala, runs what is called Stash Dash. And initially, it was all about using up your stash, making a game of it, challenging yourself. What can you do? How much stash can you vanish? Some people have a lot more stash than others. I don't have a really huge stash anymore, but I definitely have some whips. So in Stash Dash, I did say that right, the idea is to use up as much yarn in meters, right, as you can. And everything that you want to count has to be finished in the time period of Stash Dash, which is from May 27th, I think, through August 20th. And if, definitely don't go by what I say. Go take a look at their group on Ravelry. There's already threads set up talking about rule changes and that kind of thing for Stash Dash. So last year when I played, the lowest category was 3,000 meters of yarn. And so I said, okay, I'll try. And I wound up having around 1,500 meters of finished projects that I counted for Stash Dash. And there are prizes, but there's so many people playing, I don't ever even dream of winning one of the prizes. I'm doing it to see if I can do it. This year there will be a 1,000 meter, so it's instead of a 3K, like a 5K race, there will be a 1K, but I'm going to try for 3,000 again this year. I am hoping to have some blankets, perhaps, that I can have for finished objects. My socks, I hope I will be finished with before the end of August for finished objects. And I'm going to see. I'm going to try. If I make it, I do. If I don't, I'm not going to do anything crazy like stay up and knit all night or crochet, and not go to work one day or something. Oh, I might do that. Yeah, you didn't hear that. But I'm just looking forward to it. I'm going to keep up with it. It's fun. It's easy. And there's always the chance for fame and glory. I think there's some people on there who finish like 15,000 meters of yarn in blankets, shawls, everything that they make over the course of the time. That's Stash Dash. And so the idea, if you know it's coming up, like May 27th is right around the corner now for me, but people make projects and leave everything but the last row not done, so that on May 27th, they can go ahead and finish that project, and you get to count all your yardage in the whole project. It has to be a Ravelry approved craft: knitting, crochet, spinning, or weaving. What was I going to say? It has to be a Ravelry craft. So on my blanket squares that I made, my sock yarn blanket squares, if I just sew those together, it doesn't count. Sewing is not a Ravelry craft. However, if I sew them all together and then I crochet a border, bing, I get to count all the yardage. What I usually do is weigh it on my yarn scale. Okay, so it's really a food scale, but I call it my yarn scale. I weigh it on my yarn scale, knowing the general weight of yarn in that category, which is like sock weight, and whatever it weighs, I figure that backwards to like grams into meters. You have to do a little math. Yes, you have to do a little math. It's not that bad. It doesn't hurt. And there's usually a thread that shows you a calculator to figure it. Or they'll send you somewhere that does. But anyway, I just want to encourage you to find something that makes you happy. And you may be perfectly happy already and not think that you need anything like that, and I totally understand. But I don't want you to miss because you don't even know about it. So if you think any of these sounds like fun, go for it. Join a group. You don't have to post. You don't have to talk. I have joined groups thinking, wow, this would be great, and then get in there and realize, it's really not for me. There's some groups. I sat in on a group, and that's called lurking, when you just read the post but you don't actually post anything. You're a lurker. And I've done that, and it would be a group that would perhaps be a lot younger than me, and I just don't have that much in common. I would rather be with maybe an older group, a more experienced group. I don't want to be with 100% knitters who, say, well, if you're not going to post knitting pictures, don't post. So the whole idea is to do something like that. And so I hope that you will give it a try. Stash Dash does start on May 27th. I'm going to be playing. If you want to, we can have a thread in our podcast group on Ravelry to talk about that, to post our goals. I will try to remember to do that this week. And I'm still trying to figure out how to make the blog email you every time I put up a post. I haven't gotten that yet. I haven't gotten that far. So anyway, I just want to thank you for joining me this week. We have had a good week. I have. And I hope you've enjoyed your Mother's Day, whether you're in the U.S. or not. I hope that you will give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you know how to pin things to Pinterest, give me a pin. I don't think I can pin from my iPad or my phone. I don't think I can pin the video. If you can, thanks. Technology. There's something new to learn every day, and some days I'm just not with it. At any rate, I hope you will enjoy this coming week with your crafting. And until I see you again, I wish you nothing but love and laughter.